This is Mary at the.meri.atelier, and I am going to do another what I'm calling project stream, which means that I'm creating this video as an unlisted video, and you won't see it until I make it public. And this is a Bible art journaling video, which means that I will put the comments on a approval basis only, just for the very fact that there are many different faiths out there, and I don't want to deal with the negative comments. I'm trying to be tolerant of all faiths. But my faith is Christianity, and I enjoy doing Bible journaling. So that's what I'm going to do now. And so let me go over here to my other phone where I can see what I'm doing. Okay. So what I am doing here is I am using some of my art jelly prints as the background pages. I'm working in a traveler's art journal. They call them TNs. And I've worked through Psalm 46, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and I'm ready for verses 5 and 6. These are the papers that I've been using. And when I did these jelly prints, I thought, oh, I should probably throw these away. But don't throw away your jelly prints. There's more to be done to these, but they make great background pages. And I've already prepared two to fit the verses that I'm going to be doing today. And so I'm going to put those on right now as I'm talking to you. I'm going to try to keep these videos short, the project stream videos, because they will be unedited and I will be talking through them. And I don't want a 3-hour project stream, no matter what type of video that I'm creating. That's for the live streams when I have all of you to talk to. My goodness, there's so much going on in my Friday night live streams. I'm having so much fun with my live streams. Okay, so here's the background for the first page, and look at this. This is FW inks that was put on the jelly plate, directly on the jelly plate, and look, you can hardly tell the difference between the front and the back. Now I'm going to use this side of the paper. I'm going to call it the front. And let's just glue it down. And I'm using Elmer's Extreme Glue Stick to do this. Now, you may be wondering, do I do Bible journaling in a Bible? And yes, I do, but not in the Bible that I use for my devotions, my daily devotions, and that I have several things going. And I'm getting ready to start another Bible journaling project in a Bible that was gifted to me. And I'll show that to you in another video. I do not have any reservations at all about doing Bible art journaling in a Bible. It's up to you whether you want to use a Bible or whether you want to copy the verses down and do them in another art journal. That's kind of your choice. I've done different things. I have not done a lot. I have not done a lot. And I want to get to doing more. But I'm using the Traveler's TN because I'm following along with Sue Hiles, Tickled Pink Creating. She's walking through the Psalms in her Traveler's art journals, which I think is so cool. And I've been meaning to join her, and I finally did it. And I'll put a link to her channel. She's about a verse ahead of me in Psalm 46, but that's okay. I'll catch up. I'll catch up. This is not a contest. God doesn't grade on the curve, I don't think. He hasn't let me know if he does, so I'm not too worried about it. So I'm just trimming my pages to fit here. Don't they make wonderful background pages? Now I've got a little blue here. I cut a world out here. What did I do with my world? I might have to cut another one if I can't find my world. Well, let's go ahead and put the stars on. I've got 2 blue stars. I thought provided a nice contrast. Let's go ahead and glue these down. Isn't it like Mary to lose track of her world? That's kind of funny, isn't it? Yeah, that happens. So I'm just gluing these stars down. Actually, they're blue stars. They're blue on both sides on this star. I had to check and see if I was gluing down the side I wanted to. And I love this jelly print because of all the stars and the round shape of this object in here with all the stars. And I did use this in a different sense over on this page. And I used it over here too, so it's kind of a very much a universe theme going on here. I'm going to cut me another world because I can't find the one that I cut before as I was preparing for this. I'm just going to cut it out of this. You can just see how I do it. I just cut a square like this. And I think what I want is I just want it just like a semicircle. Just like this. And I'm going to put it right down in here. Right down in there. So it kind of looks like a horizon line and then sort of the sky waking up down there. I might add some more color to that. Let's put that right down in there. Let's see, do I need to zoom in a little bit more for you? Let me zoom in just a little. There. That might be a bit better. Now on this page, what I have are a sponge and some Distress Oxide in fossilized amber. And I just want to put some, oh, isn't that pretty? That's almost like a sunrise. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. Let's put this over here too. Kind of spread it out over there. Oh, I'm liking that. This is really kind of not my only experience with the Distress Oxides. I have used them before. They are water soluble, but I'm not going to use them as being water soluble today. Shall I put some of that on the stars? Just a little to let them shine a little. Put a little more glue on that. Oh, I like that a lot. Now, the only other things that I want to put on here as far as shapes go are these kind of rectangular odd shapes. And they look very, I want to say kind of disheveled, like they're tottering. And I mean for that to be that way. I'm going to put it like this I think I'll put that other one up just a little bit higher like that. And it's kind of fun to use your own art to illustrate these verses. And it's kind of fun to go through your art and choose things. Now I have this piece that was really cut out from in here, but I kind of like it in there. But I like that, so I think, can I trim this down just a little more? Let's trim it and see if I can make it fit. Like this. Maybe trim that angle. Like that. Oh, I like that. I like it like that. And see, I got that blue right in there, right peeking through. You have to have a little blue in the sky. Now, the other things that I want to put on here, of course, are the verses in Psalm 46:5, which says, God is in the midst of her, she shall not be moved. God shall help her just at the break of dawn. And how perfect for this being the break of dawn. And how perfect for me. Sometimes I need help at the break of dawn at 4:30 in the morning when I do my live streams. Yeah. And then over here, it says, the nation's rage. This is, I might have to put some glue on that because that's got the distress ink on it. Usually these tags will fit pretty good, but I'm gluing it down to a different surface here. We'll see if that sticks. And then Psalm 46:6 says, the nations raged, the kingdoms were moved. He uttered his voice, and the earth melted. So that just says to me, there's all this chaos going on in our world. And, you know, there's political chaos, there's social upheaval, there's just family disunity, there's community disunity. There's all this going on, all this raging going on around us. And we get caught up in it. We do. I do. I get caught up in it. And I have to remember that God is the powerful one here. When he utters his voice, the earth, he has control over the earth. The earth melts. It is really in subjection to him ultimately. And I don't want to get into that. Well, then why do we have hurricanes and floods and earthquakes and all of that? We know that those things are going to happen till the end of time. And I think he uses those disasters in our lives. Not that we have to have a disaster, but he uses those ultimately. Let's see. Let's use the back of one of these sheets here. And I'm going to edge this. So I'm not going to speak for God and say, well, this is what God told me to tell you about it, because I can only say what's on my heart. And I know when those personal disasters come in my own life, he has always used it in my life for some greater purpose. And sometimes it takes years to recognize what it is. And I have to say, I'm still trying to recognize some things. So I'm like, God, what are you doing? And sometimes it's not him doing it at all. So, but he takes those things and he can use them. He can use them in your life. That's been my experience anyway. So let's go over here and do this side of the page. Over here. and then over here. And then I think I'm going to call this finished. A Bible art journaling does not have to be a long, involved project. It's just you using your art to interpret whatever part of the Bible that you're working through, or some verse that's speaking to you. And I'm amazed at how I can find things in my art that fits, that just fits, like this verse does right here. I got a little black in there. That's okay. I might go over that with some blue later. Well, actually, I've got a little black stream going there too. Maybe that's just the terrain of the stars showing through. Who knows? Let's see if I can, I'm going to experiment here because that's just a fresh mark. Let's experiment. Just because I'm doing Bible art journaling doesn't mean I can't experiment. I put a little hand sanitizer on this towel, and I'm going to see if I can't lift some of that ink up or smear it in maybe. Oh yeah, I can smear it. See how much I got up? Not getting it all up, but it's fading in enough that it looks like the piece that was over here. So I'm happy with that. And actually it's down in here too. So let's dry that just a teeny bit with my heat gun. Although there's really nothing wet on this page except for that hand sanitizer. I just want to go over this again. God is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved. Now this is a continuation of the other verses. And when I read these verses, I get a lot of strength and security, just reminding me that he's got the world in his hands. Sometimes everything around us is so crazy that we wonder, where is God? And he's telling us in this verse, he's saying, I'm here. I'm in the midst of it. Don't worry, I got it. I got it. And that's what I get out of these verses when I read them. And it just gives me a sense of calmness and of peace. And isn't that why we read the Bible, those of us who believe? Isn't that why we read the Bible? To get to know our God, to get to know his power and his strength, and to really having a relationship with God. Let's see, I think I'll outline this too. So that's how it is for me. And I just enjoy sharing it with you. So we got a train that comes through our town every couple hours, and I hear him coming. So I'm going to say thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next page.